All right, so welcome back to this week's market review. So quickly run through what happened last week, and then we get into what to expect for the present week. So this week is interesting because, like I told them in the FXP community, this is the last day, the last week of trading for us of our model. So on a week containing the 15th is basically the last week of trading for me, right? So from then on, markets basically just consolidate going into the new year, and then liquidity is thin in the marketplace. A whole lot of spikes and funny things can happen during such periods. So it's best to just do it, and of course, just get to take some time off the charts, enjoy life of the screens. All right, so let's get into it. So last week we had this ATR bust to the downside, and we're expecting to get an opportunity to buy. So we go to derive. What we could see is that we didn't really get that because we're expecting a fractal low to form and then that fractal low to be taken out. However, this taking out happened during the Asian session, so we are not actively uh, monitoring it, right? Happened was even during the share. Yes, I think the closing parts of the day into Asia was when this happened, and it's not something we don't usually watch for trades around that time. So basically, we didn't get any setup last week. We're also expecting that maybe on Thursday they will come take out this Asian high. They took it out on Wednesday, dropped from there on Thursday, never came back to it. So basically had no trades last week. So getting into this week, our volume trend remains bullish. Like I told them throughout last week, I was just basically experimenting some things, making some calls, all that the FXP community based off some other things I'm working on. And it was quite interesting, the results we got. Um, then concerning NFP, I mentioned the fact that I was expecting the numbers to come in um, below forecasts, right? And then to see a bearish reaction on the USD. Funny thing happened, the numbers came in better than expected, and yet we saw that bearish reaction on the USD. And of course, I posted in the FXP, I was able to take something, just something small of that particular news move. Um, just risking a very, very small amount, and of course, making some money off that. All right, before we had this reversal, which was also seen in the volume movements that they had. Of course, the push to the downside had not much volume behind it. And of course, it was easy for the bulls to step back in and reverse the move upward. So fractal OF remained bearish. This was the last stuff we broke to the downside. If not broken anyone to the upside, I'm expecting we're going to get a break with the CPI to the upside, right? That is what I'm expecting, a break to the upside with CPI tomorrow. So I would see that I'm expecting CPI to either come in line with forecasts or better than forecasts, which relate to a bullish USD, right? So Fractal OF, we are bearish. USD, we are bearish. And of course, we'll look at swing shots. Swing shot, basically, we played within the range of last week. So leading to an inside bar. And when we have an inside bar, we'll say we are inconclusive. When we're inconclusive on swing shots, we'll be waiting for fractal highs and lows to form. And then whichever one is taken out first, we'll be aiming to go in the opposite direction. So we had a fractal high form. Now it has been taken out, and we're expecting price to go in the opposite direction, which is a sell on the USD, right? So what we'll be waiting for is still basically Asia at the time I'm recording this video. So we'll be expecting price to push up all the way, take out even those highs that would have a form a high, right, from the high of the week, and then give us a reason to sell on the lower time frame. At the same time, we're watching for our dollar futures. We also want our dollar futures to be giving us the high of the week right about the same time. That's also taking out previous day's high, right? So we're expecting it to also push up a little bit create a new high of the week. And once it does that and it's corresponding with what we're seeing here, they will be going to our lower time frames to look for reasons to sell the USD. And of course, for those who might be new, when we are selling the USD, we aim to be buying foreign currencies. So we are buying EU, we are buying GU, right? Those are the two currencies that we trade. So whenever we are looking to sell the USD, we want to be buying EU and buying GU. And when we are looking to buy the USD, we want to be selling EU and selling GU. All right, now for our volume trend, we'll be expecting price to somehow push down, take the low of the previous day, and when some other conditions are met, then we'll be looking for opportunities to buy off the volume trend. All right, for our intraday models, all right, it's just something I'm working on. For those of you who've been around uh, a while, this market flow dashboard is something you might not be that might not be entirely new to you. I'm working on something that utilizes some of the concepts that we are discussing in this space. But that's an aside. Let's get into uh, analysis. So on the daily, if we go to the daily on EU, just a moment, let's push this thing to the end. All right, so we're still bearish. We came up here, rejected of this high that was during the NFP move, and we remain bearish on the USD or the Euro USD on a daily from the daily time frame. All right, so if we also go to the H4, however, we can see that we are bullish. This was the last factor that was broken to the upside, right? So your H4 is bullish. Now, when we are looking to take our intraday models, we want both the H4 and the daily to be in alignment. We want the H4 and the daily to be in alignment. At the moment, it's out of alignment. So to sell, we'll be wanting price to break below this factor low, close it, and then probably tomorrow give us a reason to sell. On the other hand, price could equally push up all the way, close above um, this high, right? And then be giving us a reason to buy the EU. So that is basically what we are going to be looking at this week. So it's a week where corresponds to what largely happens in December, where we have the opportunity to play both ends of the market. So if price, depending on what price does, then we'll be looking to respond. So again, I'll just go right at factor OF. We are bearish on the USD. So we're waiting for a high of the week to form above this candle's high, and then we'll be looking for reasons to sell. All right, so swing short as well, we're bearish. So same thing applies. Volume trend, we're bullish. So we're probably waiting for price to retrace. For you guys to make it easy, probably want to come and take out this factor low here and then give us a reason to buy. There are other things we watch out for. You don't necessarily have to get here in the FXP, but for now, let's just leave it at that. We want price to come here, take out this factor low, and then push up to the upside. For intraday buyers, we want H4 on EU. Remember, this one I'm doing it on EU. Want the H4 and the daily to align. This allows me to have several ways of looking at the market. That's basically what the models do. They give you the option of having several ways of looking at the market. So if you are getting information from one angle, you are getting another information from another angle. You're able to play both sides if it permits. Sometimes everything aligns in one direction. That case, we just focus on that one direction. So for our intraday, we'll be waiting for either the daily to turn bullish, right, and align with the H4, or for the H4 to turn bearish by breaking below this, right? And then we'll be looking for sells if it breaks below this on the 4 hours. If on the other hand, it goes ahead to break above this, right, then we'll be looking for buys. I doubt this will happen, but of course, I've been proven wrong in time past. I think what we're going to see is we're going to see a bit of a push to the upside here, a bit of a sell-off, right? Sorry, a bit of we're going to see a push to the downside, right? A bit of a push to the downside, then a push to the upside, and then we get a final sell-off. I think that is basically what we're going to see from this. But of course, we'll see what happens. Let's look at our news calendar to get some idea of what is likely going to play out. All right, so today the only thing we have is the OPEC meetings. So that'll be crucial for crude oil, but don't trade crude. On Wednesday, that is tomorrow, we are going to have CPI, big one, big one. The forecast is 0. For core is 0.3%, for one was 0.3%. CPI is 0.3%. The main headline is 0.3%. Month on month, previous was 0.2. So if this remains 0.2, I would have played this. But given that they already forecasted it's going to be higher, which is what I'm expecting, there's no wrinkle for me to exploit. Really, that was what I was exploiting, trying to exploit using NFP. So when there are wrinkles where what is being forecasted is different from what is being expected, then you can play it. CPI year on year, again, is expected to come in slightly higher than the previous, right? So I'm expecting this to come in line with this forecast or slightly higher. And I expect that to lead to strength in the USD. Then, of course, we have the Bank of Canada rate statement, right? And the press conference which will follow has a little knock-on effect on the USD, depending on which way they go. They're expected to cut rates by 0.5%, right? So 50 basis points cuts expected to come in there. We'll see how that goes. I have no opinion on that. Then the Eurozone, again, their refinancing rates is expected to also be released. They're expected to cut down to 3.15%. So we'll see how that goes. Especially given that the US is going to be cutting way less than this. So basically a bit of a divergence in what they are doing at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. That's on Thursday. And then of course we have PPI also coming in on Thursday. We're watching how that goes because that will be an indication to what the future month CPI is going to look like. All right, so unemployment claims again coming in on Thursday. So Thursday is going to be packed around at 2:15 to 2:30 p.m. my time. Right, it's going to be packed, a loaded period on Thursday. And then on Friday, we have the GDP of the UK coming in as well. So Wednesday, Thursday, going to be packed periods in the market. But basically, I'm expecting a bullish USD, largely off of those moves. But we'll see what the market delivers to us. So that's going to be that for this week's market preview. All right. So I'm going to be announcing something for Christmas, so you want to be watching out for that. Last week, I put a pause on the series that we started, which was the how to build profitable systems. It's going to be returning this week, hopefully on Friday. It's going to be a very busy week for me, but hopefully on Friday, we're going to have that. That's the next part of it, where we're going to be looking at liquidity and inducement. Liquidity and inducement is something you really want to pay attention to as a trader. So that will be that for this week's market preview. If you've enjoyed this content thus far, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know what you got from the video, let me know what I should improve on, ask your questions, and of course, like. And if you have someone who you know will be interested in this, please do well to share. This helps us to reach more people. Thanks and enjoy the rest of your week.